Hey everyone, it's Rachel here and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be my March project pan update. So I'm going to be updating you on all the items in my project pan and tell you how much I've used them, how much they've changed, if I'm getting rid of anything, and yeah, we can just get into it right now. So this here is the Covergirl Trunaked Jewels palette. This was in my last project pan as well. I used it 8 times in February, which is up by 1 use. Compared to January, so pretty consistent on this guy here. As you can see, this pan is so big. This shade is like a cool tone, light lilac-y pink, kind of purplish thing, and it's a matte shade, and it just crumbled apart when I started like dip my brush in there, and just so much fallout, and the kick up was so big that it was kind of floating around everywhere, and I didn't use all this product, but when I dipped my brush in, it kind of broke apart, and I had to put some in the garbage because it was just going to get everywhere. So there is the pan right there. Otherwise, I've dug into this kind of metallic bronzy one right here, and I've made a bigger dent into this gold one, which I'm wearing on my eyes today. So that's the update on this guy. Some more pan is happening. This is the e.l.f. High Definition Loose Powder. I used it 5 times in February, which is the exact same I've used in January, so very consistent. 5 times is not a lot, but it is for this type of powder. I don't really like it. I don't like the whiteness of it. I don't like how it was milled. It's not very good. It's a very cheap powder. But I think we're halfway done with this guy. Not since when I started using it was full, but since it's been my project pan, I don't think we used that much. But so I don't think there's that much change in product. It's probably a little bit less than what we started with, but there's not really a noticeable change. So in March, I hope I get to use this a little bit more, but I think it's pretty good using it 5 times each month. This here is the Gerard Cosmetics Hydra Matte lipstick in the shade Serenity. It's a liquid lipstick, and it is getting really dry, so it's not that great of a lipstick anymore. Like, I think the formula is definitely getting old. I used it twice in February, which is the exact same in January. I hope I get to use it more in March. Seems like I say that at the start of every month that I like to use my lip products more, and I just don't get around to it. But I would like to get rid of this sooner rather than later, so hopefully I'll be able to use it a lot more than I have in the last 2 months. This here is the Bite Amuse Bouche lipstick in Chai. I've only used it twice in February, and in January I used it 4 times, so I have slowed down using this guy. This is such a creamy lipstick. I'm wearing it on my lips today that it's almost kind of scary to use it and not like layer on too much because it's such a dark like red color. If you ever like ate something and it got on your chin, it could probably be a mess to clean up, because it is very pigmented. So at the beginning of the year, we're at 1.9 centimeters in how much product there was lengthwise. If I had a scale, I would probably just weigh all these lipsticks, but I don't, so the only way I can measure it is with like a ruler. So we're at 1.5 or 1.4, so it is going down the more I've used it. It's gone down 0.5 centimeters or 5 millimeters since the beginning of the year. Only 6 uses, so that's really good. So we should be getting through this. I say the middle of the year, maybe we should be done with it. Next is the Marc Jacobs Lip Cream in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I've used it twice in February and twice in January, so no change on the usage, which is too bad. Again, I would like to use this a lot more. It is a pretty color. It's not quite as dark as this lipstick right here, so it should be easier for me to use. More of a berry pink color, but I don't know, I just don't really reach for it as much as I would more of a neutral nude color rather than a pink berry. But I hope to use it more, of course. So at the start of the year, it was at 1.5 centimeters, and now it's at 1.4, so really no change at all. I haven't really changed my opinion on this product yet. I'm kind of going all out of order today, and I kind of like it. Next is the e.l.f. Jumbo Stick in Turkish Coffee. I used it twice in February and 4 times in January, so I haven't been using it as much. It's a really nice shade of bronze / like copper, and it applies pretty well. It's just a really chunky kind of packaging that's hard to get close to like areas on my eyes. So it was super easy to apply with a angled brush, and then I just went on here and I didn't have to like apply it really close because this is pretty chunky. That was an easier way to apply it and use it, of course. And then after I did that, I went in with the Bella Bronze Milani shade and I set that. That made it last longer throughout the day. So that was a really neat way of using this. I probably will do that again. So our first measurement was 2.8 centimeters. And now it's at 2.5 centimeters, so that's great. This is the Urban Decay Single Eyeshadow in Scratch. I used it 5 times in February, which is up by 1 from January. This is really easy to put like that pink shade from the Covergirl palette in my crease and this on the lid, and then that's it. A very simple kind of wash of color on my lid. Or I can use it more pigmented and use it as a wet brush. But with my finger, it is pretty sheer, I guess you would say. It's not that pigmented at all, which is kind of a bummer. But since it's like a satiny, not fully metallic shade, you can see why it's not that pigmented. This is the Milani Bella Eyes Gel Powder Eyeshadow in the shade Bella Bronze. I used it twice in January and twice in February, so no change again. I would like to use this a little bit more. So there is some like kick up on this packaging here, probably because it is a baked product, but I hope it doesn't get too messy. I'm assuming once I start using this a lot more and I get more use out of it and the product gets down, that it'll be a lot more fallout and it might become a really messy product. But for right now, it's not too bad. This is the Tarte Tarteist Lip Paint in Birthday Suit, and it's so greasy and disgusting. Everybody just loves it. That's why it's in a plastic bag. It is like leaking everywhere. It's been leaking for a long time. So I've used it twice in January and once in February. So that doesn't really surprise me that I haven't used it at all. It's hard to get product now out of this packaging. There's nothing really coming off of here. I think I will throw it out. I think this needs to go. Finally, after what has it been, a year and more, or 2 years even? Finally, I get rid of this sample lipstick. Wow, congratulations. So that's what it looks like here. I've only used it 3 times and I just can't use it anymore. I think 3 times has really actually used up the product in here. Like, there's nothing hardly coming out. I'm just gonna get rid of it, so say goodbye to this guy, even though it was only in here for about 2 months. It's finally time to go. See you later. So that is it, everyone. That is my project pan update for March. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.